I was popping YouTube. Welcome to another video. I'm gonna be doing like another little car convo. Like the last one. So today I really want to talk about trading and your why with trading, because I think, obviously we all get into trading for money, for the idea that it is, fast money or it's easy money, it's passive income. A lot of the time people say, but to be completely honest, it's the complete opposite. And I think that, obviously once you kind of begin in your journey, you really get an understanding and an idea of it. You really see, like, it's not that. Like they say, trading is the hardest way to make easiest money. And I can 100% attest to that. Like, trading is the hardest way to make easy money. It's not passive income. It's not, it's not a quick money scheme that you're just going to get rich quick. Like, it's the complete opposite. And I think that, we have to rewire the way that we approach the markets in order to find success. Because if you're approaching the markets every day, just trying to make money, in the long run, you're going to fail. You're going to continuously fail. You're going to continue to hit rock bottom, and you're going to continue to hit roadblocks and speed bumps because of that. You're tied to the money, and that's your main focus. When it comes to trading, you have to approach it from a sideline perspective, because we can always say we can take a trade, then in hindsight, like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't have did that. I made this mistake. I should have avoided this. I should have applied less risk. Like, you have to really be able to zoom out throughout your days. And the way to do that is to just disconnect from the money and stop focusing on trading for money. You have to focus on taking your setup, doing what you're supposed to do, following your rules, staying disciplined, because at the end of the day, you don't actually trade for money. You don't get money for trades that you take. You get money as a byproduct of you doing what you're supposed to do, you following your rules, and you taking the correct trades. And if you are rewarded for not doing that, the market is going to take that away from you. I can guarantee it. I can attest to it. I am a testimony to that. Like, if you don't follow your rules, like, yeah, you might make some quick money here. It's going to get to your head. You're going to think you're the man or woman. And the market's going to take it right back. You're going to get humble real quick if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. The money is just a byproduct. The money is not actually real. It's not what you're trading for. The money is a byproduct. You need to approach the markets every day with a clear headspace, completely disconnected from the money, completely disattached from money. You have to be focused on taking your setups, being patient, and doing what you're supposed to do. Then the money will come. The money will be a byproduct, but the money is not the actual reward. It's just a byproduct. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're staying disciplined, staying patient. Now, how can we train our minds, and how can we fully disattach from the dollar amount? Because yes, we are humans at the end of the day. We're humans. It's impossible to completely, disconnect, disattach, go numb to money, because we are humans at the end of the day. That's how we're wired. It's in our brains. But there is things, there's exercises, there's outside fixtures that you can incorporate into making it a little bit easier. I think one of the main things is just, in the beginning, having another source of income. And really practicing your discipline and your patience. And I'm going to dive into all of these. So first, I want to start with the discipline and patience side. Like, I think as a trader, you need to do another hard thing in your life. Like, you need to incorporate something else that's difficult, something that pushes you, something that tests your mental. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. I'm going to make this whole separate video, actually, but just talking about doing hard things. To give you like a brief idea, like, we do hard things every day in a sense, right? Say you got hard things that we may not want to do. Like, say you got to go to work, or say you got to, like, move some furniture for a family member. You got to go do there's certain things in our life that is challenging that we do, right? That we have to do, that are inevitable. Paying taxes, like things we don't like to do, but we know we have to do. But then there's another type of hard thing to where it's by choice. And this is where our discipline is really tested. There's an example of a video by Casey Neistat. It's called "Do Hard Things," where he talks about how he ran a marathon. And with that, hold on. All right, my fault. I got a phone call, but back to what I was saying. The video where he talks about doing hard things, and in that video, his hard thing was the marathon that he ran, right? It's pushing yourself mentally to just do something different, that requires discipline, that requires, you really pushing your mental to the limits, because our body can do so much more than our mind thinks, right? That's with everything. That's going to the gym. That's it, it's fight or flight. Body has a whole lot of strength and just power that we haven't even been able to tap into yet. So you have to really be able to push yourself with something. My recommendation would be going to the gym, working out, just like pushing your body, reading, if you don't want to do that. But I would recommend, I feel like every trader should incorporate some type of hard task in their life aside from trading, because that can really help benefit you in the long run, just by practicing patience, practicing discipline, and doing things like that. Because if trading is your only, source to where you have to be disciplined and you have to be patient, then it's going to make it so much harder, and it's going to stretch out your learning process. It's going to make it take so much longer, because you only have one thing that's working on this, your discipline muscle, right? Like, say, for example, you can only do, one workout. Let's say for basketball, for example, you can only do one workout every day to work on your ball handling. Yes, you're going to see improvement, but at the end of the day, if you can do multiple different types of workouts that are hitting different angles to improve your basketball game, it's obviously going to improve and increase your game a lot faster than just by doing one thing. You want to incorporate other things to get you to where you're trying to get to, because in the long run, it will speed up the process, right? And yes, we talk about patience and discipline with training, but you also have to work smarter, not harder. You don't want to do something for super duper duper long and waste your time. Time is the most valuable asset that we have on this planet Earth. Time is the one thing you can't get back. You don't want to waste it. You don't want to spend it doing something that you can do something else more efficiently to replace that. If I worded that right. Yeah. So yeah, like just doing something else that's hard outside of trading, having other income, having other money, to where you're not solely reliant on trading. It takes so much stress away from it. I can attest to it as well. Like, when trading, when I was solely reliant on trading income, it adds so much more stress. It makes trading so much more difficult. And a lot of the times it forces you mentally to be attached to the money and to be fixated on it. You take worse setups, you take bad trades, you're impatient on the charts, you're just taking anything. You can't walk away from a day red. Like, it affects you so much. And it sucks as humans that we are like that, but it's just the simple truth. Like, it will affect you if it is your only source of income, if you are solely relying on it. And it is something that you would have to either just try to work on, which is very difficult, or just try to help it, combat it by bringing in money from somewhere else, which I would say is the best thing to do. You don't want to have to be solely reliant. And yeah, it all ties in though. Just, I don't even remember what I was talking about when I titled this video, but yeah, just doing hard things to improve your discipline, to help you disconnect from the money. That's what I was talking about. Disconnecting from the money when it comes to trading, because if you're trading solely for the money without any discipline, without any focus, without a real purpose, it's never going to work for you. You need to be able to practice your rules and stay patient and stay disciplined. And if you can't, then it's just not going to work. Or I'm actually not even saying it's not going to work. It's going to take you a lot longer, a whole lot longer. And yeah, that's really what I wanted to talk about today, though, just while I'm driving. Quick little car conversation, just disconnect from the money. I know it's hard. I know it sucks. I know it may hurt in the moment. But in the long run, it will pay off. As long as you do what you know that you're supposed to do. Stay patient. Stay doing what you have to do. Do something else outside of trading. Go to the gym. Read a book. Push yourself in another facet of life. And I promise you, it will work. Because discipline is one of the hardest things as a human being. Discipline is one of the hardest things to overcome. Being able to just have self-control is so difficult in this day and age. Do something else that will force you to sharpen that knife, sharpen that muscle within yourself. outside of trading. This will only help us. So yeah, that's really it though. I'm gonna cut the video right here. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all could have learned something. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Thank you for watching. Please hit like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. So yeah, thank y'all. Catch you in the next one. Peace.